full NFL first round mock draft 2.0. Now, Brady, there's one rule. We're going to stick to one rule and one rule only.
What's that?
No trades.
Okay.
Kick us off. Who are the Chicago Bears taking at pick 1 overall?
I think the writing's on the wall. They're picking who is the best quarterback in this draft class. Pains me to admit it because he's a Southern Cal guy, but I'm going with Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. Pick number 2, the Washington Commanders. If you look at their offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury, just makes sense for Jaden Daniels to be the number 2 overall pick. In regards to running that spread offense and the mobility, he's probably the most dynamic quarterback in this draft. So I'm going Jaden Daniels, number 2.
All right, number 3, the New England Patriots. They need a quarterback at this point. A lot of hype around J.J. McCarthy. I still think it's going to be Drake May out of North Carolina.
Pick number 4. They have their quarterback already in Kyler Murray. They need a playmaker on the outside. Marvin Harrison Jr., they need a true number 1. They've lost both of their 1 and 2 receivers this offseason, so Marvin Harrison Jr. makes the most sense at pick number 4.
Number 5, the Los Angeles Chargers. It's going to be hard to pass up kind of building up that offensive line. And what you hear Jim Harbaugh talk about the owners' meetings, building up that offensive line. That's the group.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to depend on anyone else. So I'm going with the left tackle, University of Notre Dame.
Of course. Pick number 6. This can get interesting, right? Because the Giants are rumored to potentially maybe get a quarterback, but they need a true number 1 receiver to help Daniel Jones in that offense. They already lost Saquon Barkley. Why not get another explosive weapon to help your quarterback? I'm going Malik Neighbors.
Number 7, the Tennessee Titans. I've got them taking someone to help protect their future quarterback, Will Levis. So I'm going to go with Olu Fashanu.
Ooh. Pick number 8, the Atlanta Falcons. They need pass rush, right? Why not go with a guy that isn't too far away at the University of Alabama? Dallas Turner, to me, has the most upside as a rush guy in this draft. They get some much-needed edge help with Dallas Turner at pick number 8.
Pick number 9, the Chicago Bears. Their second pick. I'm going to go with an edge rusher.
Smart.
I'm going to pick someone opposite of Montez Sweat. That's Jared Verse out of Florida State.
Pick 10, my New York Jets. And the guy that I want to fall at the number 10 spot is still on the board, Brady. Rome Odunze. Yes, they signed Mike Williams this offseason, but let's not forget he's coming off an ACL, Brady. May not be ready when camp starts. It may not even be ready when the season starts. You pair Rome Odunze with Garrett Wilson. Now you can rest Mike Williams and not maybe force him into action too early.
Are you kidding me? So you're telling me the Minnesota Vikings, who don't have to move up at all to get a quarterback, are able to get a quarterback that falls right into their lap? I love this for him. J.J. McCarthy, quarterback out of Michigan.
Well, you know who that probably upsets? The next team picking, the Denver Broncos, because they're looking for a quarterback as well. I don't know if any quarterback fits the bill at the number 12 spot, but let's go with a playmaker on offense, Brock Bowers, right? Get more explosive on the offensive side of the ball. I think he can really help out, whether it's Jarrett Stidham or they decide to take a quarterback later in the draft. Brock Bowers is the pick for the Denver Broncos.
Number 13, the Las Vegas Raiders. You could make the case that they need a quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can make the case they could use some help off of the edge. I'm going to go with Laiatu Latu out of UCLA to match across from Max Crosby. You know AP wants some help on the defensive side of the ball.
Pick 14, the New Orleans Saints, man. They have to be ecstatic if the draft board falls this way because they need help at the offensive tackle. Ryan Ramczyk, we don't know if he'll be able to even play going forward. And then Trevor Penning really struggled last year. I'm going to go to Talise Fuaga, right? A guy that has flexibility to play inside and outside to get a lot better on the offensive line.
Number 15, the Indianapolis Colts. They need some help on defense. I'm looking at the cornerback position specifically. Terrion Arnold to me is the next guy that I'm looking at. I think he's going to be a big-time playmaker for him in the secondary.
Pick number 16. There's multiple ways the Seahawks can go. They can go offensive line, need help at left guard. They also could go defensive line. Byron Murphy makes a lot of sense, but I'm going to stay on the offensive line. Troy Fautanu. A lot of people think he projects as a guard better. Anyway, I think he is athletic enough to play left tackle, but now you get a versatile piece on the offensive line to protect Geno Smith.
Number 17, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to go with Darius Robinson up front. Kind of beefing up that defensive front that struggled at times last year when they weren't getting pressure and they weren't getting turnovers. So Darius Robinson out of Mizzou.
Pick 18, the Bengals. They could get some help on the defensive line as well. I'm going to go in interior, and to me, my number one defensive tackle, Byron Murphy.
Number 19, the Los Angeles Rams had squarely on their board. Byron Murphy out of Texas. That's their pick. They got to fill that void somehow for Aaron Donald. So the way they're going to do it, Johnny Newton out of Illinois, staying in the interior of that defensive front.
Pick 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers need some help at the cornerback position. Yes, they did trade for Dante Jackson in a trade with their receiver, sending him to Carolina. But I think they still need another corner. Ennis Rakestraw makes a lot of sense. He has the potential to slide in the slot position as well. Now you have 3 really solid corners if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Miami Dolphins, we know they're loaded at wide receiver. I think Tua's their guy. I think they could use some help on defense, but I'm going to focus on the offensive line.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with an interior offensive lineman, Jackson Powers Johnson.
Love that pick. Pick 22, Howie Roseman in the Philadelphia Eagles. I am going to attack the secondary because that was a weakness for him.
I mean, Lassiter's out there at cornerback.
That is true, but I'm going to go Cooper DeJean, a guy that's a versatile piece in the back end, can play in the slot, can play the safety position, and can play outside corner. So makes a lot of sense. He's a weapon that they can move all over the place on defense.
All right, I was not prepared for this one at 23. I did not think the Minnesota Vikings would be in a position where they would be able to grab a quarterback without trading up, without having to do much of anything. And I'm going to just go ahead and go with best player available. And I think the Vikings are going to look at their offensive line and look at a guy like J.C. Latham, who's still on the board.
Pick 24. How about them Cowboys, Brady? I'm going to shake things up a little bit right here. The Dallas Cowboys are going to select Michael Penix Jr.
Wow, Dak's on his last year.
Last year deal.
All right, number 25, the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to go with the linebacker at NC State. I'm going to go with Peyton Wilson.
Peyton Willis, okay. Pick 26, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They did lose a corner in Carlton Davis via trade. I think Nate Wiggins makes a lot of sense.
Number 27, the Arizona Cardinals. Kool-Aid McKinstry out of Alabama makes a lot of sense for that secondary, trying to fill in for some of the defensive gaps.
Pick 28, the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go on the edge. Von Miller is getting up there in age, struggle to stay healthy. I think Chop Robinson this late in the draft makes a lot of sense to get some pressure off the edge.
Pick number 29, the Detroit Lions. It's not very popular to go with the safety route, especially in the first round, but I'm going to because I think he's that good of a player.
Okay.
Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota.
Pick 30, the Baltimore Ravens. We know they need receiver help, they need some corner help as well. A.D. Mitchell is still on the board. Big body receiver. You pair him with Zay Flowers, makes a lot of sense. I think Lamar Jackson needs another weapon on the outside. A.D. Mitchell to the Baltimore Ravens.
Pick number 31 for the San Francisco 49ers. I could see them getting a little better at the tackle position in particular. Amarius Mims is a house. Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma. I'm going to go with Amarius Mims, though, out of Georgia. I think that's the pick. Now
we're with the Kansas City Chiefs, and this one, it's obviously on the offensive side. Their defense was top 2 in the league.
Wide receiver,
and offensive tackle.
Okay.
Jordan Morgan, who we both are pretty high on, and Xavier Legette.
You're probably going to be better off getting a tackle now that you really like over a wide receiver.
I think I'm going to go Jordan Morgan just to solidify that protection for Patrick Mahomes.
You got to protect the franchise.
Have to. Damn. Mock draft 2.0.